Hey there, it's Toasty Fresh, and I'm back with another collections update video. Like I said, I'd gone back into the habit, fallen off the wagon, and I've been collecting some more stuff. So I've got another stack here, look, of PlayStation 2 games to show you. Yes, I wasn't meant to be collecting, as you can see there, a big pack of, multi-pack of baby wipes. That's what I've been spending my money on. The latest little arrival to our family is due next week, actually, next Monday. She should be here. So I have actually stopped collecting now altogether. This was my last little hurrah, and I'm back on the wagon now. But this was my little slip up, and I'll just show you what I've been collecting. And first up is Hidden Inversion. And this, I've tested some of these games out, and this is one of them that I had a quick look at. And it's a very low down on the pantheon of PlayStation 2 games, let's put it that way. It's a kind of, if you've ever played Fighting Force, either on the PlayStation 1 or the Dreamcast, it's kind of going for that kind of thing, but it's not half as good as Fighting Force. And some people even say that Fighting Force isn't one of the best games ever for the PlayStation. But this one, it's really poorly done. It's very awkward to control. The voice acting's kind of funny. You've got a weird kind of the main character. There's two. You can pick either a woman or the male lead. This is the male lead who's advertised on the front. A bit of sexism there, as you don't see the female character at all advertised on the casing, but there is a female character, and he's a very desperate Dan looking guy, especially in game. He's got a really weird misshapen chin and facial features where they've tried to make him look very macho. But it's kind of a good laugh to play as well. It's kind of one of those games that's so bad it's kind of good, especially as it's got inappropriate screaming as well from your enemies. Like, you'll hit them and knock them over and they'll go ah, and they've not even died, they've just fallen on the floor, and then they'll get back up and carry on fighting you. And sometimes they'll scream multiple times before you even finish them off. So that was kind of weird as well with that one. But that was that game, and it only cost me 50p. I didn't think it was going to be great, actually, looking at it. And another one I picked up for 50p was this Ace Lightning, which I thought was another just little budget game. And I had even forgotten until I got it and saw the little CBBC logo there, that it's actually a cartoon series. Well, I'd say a cartoon, it's computer generated. It was a series that was on back in the day on CBBC in the early 2000s. By then I was a little bit too old for that kind of stuff. I was about in my late teens, so I was too old really for it, so hence me not even remembering about it, to be honest. So I don't know how good it'll be, with the fact that it's only a lesser known TV program now, cash-in. It hasn't got the instruction booklet, it's just got a little thing to send off there. But there you go, it's kind of like a 3D adventure kind of game. Usually what you'll see from kind of tie-ins to TV series and movie series. But I've yet to give that a go yet to say whether it's good or bad. And next up, we've got Flat Out 2. I think this cost me £2.50 from Entertainment Exchange. It's complete. And it's a great little game for if you're hankering after some kind of Destruction Derby action on the PlayStation 2. These were one of the nearest things you'll get to a Destruction Derby game on the PlayStation 2. There is another game, obviously there's Flat Out 1, and there's also a game called Driven to Destruction, which is published, or I don't even know if it was produced as well, by Atari. That's another kind of game like that. And I think there is another one as well called Crashed or something like that. So there is another couple of games like that. But this one looks pretty cool. I haven't actually tried it out yet. But you've got your kind of stock car racing elements, you've got your kind of Destruction Derby elements, and you've also got little mini games where you've got like ragdoll physics where you can, because people go flying out the windscreens in this game as well. So there's little games where you've got to aim the men through your driver through different like obstacles and things like that by crashing. So that looks like it could be kind of fun to play. And I'm really looking forward to giving these a go, because I think the Flat Out series is meant to be pretty good. My girlfriend did buy one for the Xbox 360, but I've still not got around to playing that one either. Next up is another game that I've kind of thought was intriguing looking, and that's Devil Kings. I forgot what I paid for this. I think I paid £3 or something like that, along those lines, at Entertainment Exchange, and that's complete as well. And it's actually even got an Capcom releases catalogue in it. So showing you some of the games that released around about that time. The excellent Resident Evil 4. You got Capcom Classics Collection. I haven't got around to getting that yet. But that's got some good ones like Street Fighter and Ghosts and Ghouls. You've got Street Fighter Alpha Max, Breath of Fire 3, Devil Kings, Onimusha Dawn of Dreams, Final Fight Streetwise, and Mega Man Maverick Hunter X. So that's a few of the games that were coming out around about that time. And back to Devil King. It's a kind of this Dynasty Warriors type game, really, where you play as generals of different armies, and you got to take over this fictitious land on this game, and you've got various powers. It's just like I said, it's kind of very similar to Dynasty Warriors. You find different items on the game to power up, just like Dynasty Warriors, from either defeating other enemy generals or just finding them in crates and things like that. Not done really quite as well as Dynasty Warriors. It's not half as fluid of a game. The camera angles are a bit more awkward as well. The game's not too bad once you get used to it. It's an okay game, but it's no Dynasty Warriors. If you want a simple hack and slash game like that, you're really better off playing Dynasty Warriors. But it's an interesting playthrough nonetheless, though. And last but not least, a game I've been intrigued really to go out and buy it for a while, and I ended up leaving it. And it kind of unlucky I did, because they were selling this for £4 at one point at Entertainment Exchange, and I should have probably picked it up then. Instead, I laid out £7 your English pounds for this. Sorry about this. I was going to have to take a quick drink. Oh, I've got a bad cold, and it's affecting my throat badly. But this is SOS Final Escape. I don't know if it's called something different in America, but it's a kind of survival game, and it's just something a bit different, which is really why I wanted to pick it up. It's complete, and hence my interest, really, because I'm paying £7 for it. Sorry, this code I've got just really thrown me in this last few minutes. But yeah, as you can see, you start off, it's you're a journalist and you come to a city, and then there's natural disasters occur, like earthquakes and things like that, and it's about how you make your way through the city safely, saving other people along the way, and trying to find a safe way out of this earthquake-ravaged city. So it's something a little bit different. It's kind of like a puzzle / horror thriller. I'm really more of a thriller than a horror, but it's that kind of thing. It's kind of like Resident Evil, but more of a thriller. It's kind of like if you think of the disaster movies back in the day, like Poseidon Adventure and the Towering Inferno, that kind of thing. It's kind of like that, but a game. So that's why I've been really intrigued to go and play this. I've not actually booted it up yet because I didn't want to just have a little quick play of it. I wanted to put it in and have a good couple of hours of playing it. So that's why I haven't got around to playing that one just yet. If this is a little bit dark, I'll have to apologise. I thought it was going to be a lot sunnier than this, so that's why I've got the blinds shut and everything, because usually the glare from the window makes the picture really bad. But that's what I've been collecting, and definitely game of the video has got to be SOS The Final Escape, I think. And I'll probably tie that out for Flat Out, because one of my all-time favourite games was Destruction Derby and Destruction Derby 2. So to have another game that has some of that kind of spirit in it is really intriguing to me as well. So Flat Out 2 and SOS The Final Escapes, they're my picks of that particular bunch. What would your guys' pick of the bunch be out of those games? What would you be most excited to play, and what have you thought about the games that I've collected in this little segment? It'd be great to hear from you and have some kind of feedback from you all. But that's all I got time for on this video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll be back with you real soon.